Welcome to the Creative Plane Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Then one you said for short range?
Short range, yeah. I'll warn you, they're tough. Just that's B2.
Being shot at close range really hurts. You might be surprised to know. And this is the first attack I've taken, so I automatically get. They're just gonna borrow one of these.
See, now if you'd be doing it, you've got point blank, which gives you +1 or +2.
Or actually, no, I need
They're
another.
not wronging me.
Before I roll dice, I start with this.
Okay? Because you get the automatic threat and the two successes. At least no triumph.
At least there's no triumph this time. Which leaves me with...
You have 2 blocks? I thought you only had 1 block.
No, he had 1 because he was diving for cover, and then 1 for the shot that he took.
Got it.
Okay, so we've got 4, which is actually... What happens once I hit critical threat?
You basically can do a crit on him and roll on the crit chart.
Cool.
Are you rolling enough for the crit chart? So
yeah,
reach
got
for
4. Yes.
Let me reach for the crit chart.
I need 2. And so for every success fee on the first, I get to add 1 to damage, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm also going to take 1 destiny point of these.
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing with the destiny point?
I am adding 3 damage.
Oh, because you do have a successful hit and you have the assassin thing, don't you?
Yep.
That's
I would like this droid to go away.
You only want to get shot once.
He hurts.
There's still another droid there, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's 2.
I've also got 4 advantage.
Shocky.
I don't know what I'm going to do with 4 advantage.
Does someone have the... Yes, someone does.
Tell
The
me what
GM
button
does.
to press.
I could tell you what buttons to press.
Okay, so what is your damage total?
Okay, so my damage total is 9.
And then +1 for every additional.
So 15 with Pierce of 3.
That's good to know.
Or did I say 15 or 19?
You said 15.
15, okay. So
Pierce
15
of
with Pierce
3,
of 3.
which is good, because that ignores half of his armor, or half of his soak.
And
He is
then-
not looking good. I mean, you just blasted a major chunk of his chest off. You see through the hole, but he is still barely. Would you like to do the crit?
I would like to do that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
2d10 and 20.
Oh, there.
96.
96, which means it's actually 106.
Jesus Christ. Horrific injury. Randomly roll 1d10 to determine the target's characteristics, whether it's brawn, agility, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to worry because he's a rival. And instead of taking crit, they just take extra damage. And he falls over dead. With this, as I previously described, as a horrific injury.
I went for the weak spot.
As you just see sparks going like a small fusion reactor as it falls dead to the ground.
Alright, and then with
Jack will loudly go, see?
with 4 advantage, can I make...
Well, what is your... The advantage we use for the crit? What's the crit?
Oh, okay, the advantage is for the crit. Okay,
Yeah.
not for the hit. Okay.
Yeah. The advantage gets used to get the crit.
Okay, got it. So we're good.
Okay. So you make this amazing long-barreled shot from cover, and it just drops with the shattering sound. You're hearing this shattering sound and the boom echo coming down the hallway.
That sounded pretty.
So what are you doing? Because we got Mr. Gimpy here going last.
Help.
All right.
You can do the double move to get down there.
Yeah, and as I'm running this way, I'm
Uh-huh.
shouting to him. There's 2 on the loading dock. Just letting you know that there's 2 droids out there.
The labor droids.
The labor droids, yeah.
Okay, and
those ones, you killed those 2.
No,
no.
there was 2 others coming.
Yeah, there was
Oh.
P1s on the.
Those
Yeah.
are the ones I killed. The ones that
The
had been
loader,
frozen.
one
I
of the
left.
loader droids activated and was heading that direction. It's
Oh.
following her slowly from behind.
Oh, neat.
He can only do an action or a maneuver as a loading droid. He doesn't have combat programming. So he's following behind very slowly. And you come around the corner and you see droid hit the ground and explode in bits. And the other B2, you recognize this maneuver because you do this all the time. He's getting ready to and go for another auto fire.
Oh, not today, fucker.
We just distract you.
Maybe.
So, am I shooting at short range?
It is at short range.
So, if I use a medium range, is that considered point blank?
No, that's just the range of the max range you can shoot at.
Got it.
Yeah, so
okay.
there's a lot of the weapons like pistols are only short range. You have to get into short range to use them.
Okay.
And then if you're like a gunslinger class, which is my favorite one for the smuggler, because if you ever have initiative, it's like blue dice because I said so, extra damage because I said so, as long as you go first.
Right.
And then you get the special trick where you pair your pistols together. It's like 2,000 credits each gun, so it takes away that extra purple because it gives you 2 advantages free. So it's like as long as I'm shooting and hitting, I'm hitting with both. Buddy of mine made a evil pirate with disruptor pistols that worked with a couple Jedi.
Oh, very nice.
We almost had this best role playing ever because he walked up to the prisoners after the Jedi caught them and just executed 2 pirates on their knees in handcuffs. The buddy of mine who's playing the Jedi immediately, told him holster his weapon and pulled his lightsaber on him. He did. They had this conversation. And he's like, "You don't know who these are. They're basically like reavers, the worst of the worst." He recognized their tats, which is why when he came out of cover, he executed them, no prisoners, because the Jedi wanted to steal parts from their ship. And then, of course, we had this cool tete-a-tete where the Jedi cut his gun belt, so he rolled coordination to grab his pistols before the gun belt was out of reach. So, belts around his ankles, but pistols are in the Jedi's face. And the whole group, out of character, we're all like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was awesome.
Anyway.
As you come around the corner and open up, okay, so that threat takes out one of those advantages. So you have an advantage.
Okay.
But these 2 failures take out that success.
So, 1 advantage, 1 failure.
So immediately you fire your round off. You have 1 advantage. What would you like to use for that?
What can I do other than giving somebody a die?
You can give the bad guy a black die. You can give your friend a blue die because you're distracting. And basically your shot goes high and explodes the ceiling, which is causing sparks to shoot down in the red lighting. You can, let's see, for 1, you can, blue is the big thing. Notice an important thing in the ongoing, such as a fatal flaw in the enemy's something. Inflict crit if your crit is 1, which it's definitely not.
I'm going to give the bad guy a black die because he's going to
Okay.
be shooting at you.
Yeah, because also you distract him. Yeah, you basically given him pause of, oh god, I'm being shot at by somebody else.
Yeah.
Especially when you're being betrayed by one of your own.
Mm-hmm.
Betrayal most foul. Okay?
They're called
So
battle
then we
droids,
have
not
Mr.
friendship
Gimpy.
droids.
Your panel.
Me and my panel, so I take my knife out of there,
Gimp your way back over.
and I just go back in here and grab a rocket launcher.
Click, 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 click. Okay, you're grabbing, you're throwing open the case full of rocket launchers.
Just like, I was in there for a little bit, I might have just had open to look at it, so I'm like, oh, alright, because I did have it open to look at it,
Yeah.
so I just grabbed it, I'm like,
Okay? So as you're doing that, all of a sudden you hear the clank, clank, clank of the labor droid.
How many
coming.
rounds are in this rocket launcher?
Only 1.
Don't waste the rocket launcher on labor.
They give one of these to a B1 battle droid. It's a fire forget. You never see the B1 battle droid again.
That's fair.
They have the really cool mobile artillery vehicles for the multi-shot rocket.
Oh, that's
launchers.
fair.
Okay, and you're seeing this labor bot not noticing you whatsoever, walking right past the hallway, heading down to the control room. You realize he's going to have a hard time actually being in this hallway, by the way. He will be the size of the hallway.
Oh, good.
He's not meant to go to that part of the base. Somebody was really pissed when he called the hit on those two guys.
I was real mad.
Like, you sons of bitches!
I was kind of like, as he's walking up to me, I just put down the rocket launcher and pull up this something. So right as he's point blank, just...
Okay, so next turn you have right in your sights?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget you're going to get yourself an aim.
I put down the rocket launcher and I pulled up the droid just like...
Okay, so don't forget you have a blue die for aiming.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now the B2 battle droid who's looking at you as you just killed his buddy. Fritz! They killed Fritz!
Those small belly blue bastards. I haven't seen Wizard.
Silent Kill off not too long ago. It was great.
I did that.
You did?
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Don't forget, I give him a black
You
die.
gave him a black, and he is aiming on the blue.
And I'm undercover, so he gets another black.
And he gets another black for your cover. Act that. This one's for all the boys. Can I get a free drink tonight for killing a player? Oh, we're gonna roll it extra good. I might even roll on one of your character sheets for luck. Oh yeah, I'm a stingy luck. That was close. I kept seeing that in my sights.
Oh, that would be great.
So that takes out that. That takes out that.
Damn it. Oh, he still hits me.
That takes out both of those. So immediately,
Oh.
I'm like, wait a minute.
All
So-
disadvantage.
Oh.
Damn you. Damn you guys. You suck.
So immediately he opens up on you, and you're seeing the barrels on his blasters glowing red hot. As at the end of the last round that comes out, which is the one that clips you, you hear the weapon dry firing. That it's empty. It's done. And then you realize the 11-point shot that hits you on the other side of your chest. As there's a hole through the console where the blast came through and got you in the chest, right through the cover.
I am at -5.
That just puts you at 0. There's no negative.
Okay.
So you're at 0. Basically, the shot goes, and you go flying back, and then you're flat on your back. You see the hail of fires. He goes down. Do you make some kind of heroic sound?
Ah, God damn it.
As the labor bot is just,
Labor bot. Done, we're down, Sabine.
so nonchalant.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Okay, so top of the order, guys. Who's gonna go first?
When I get to go first, is that every turn? Or is that just
It's
very beginning?
it's popcorn order, so you guys get to pick who
Or
goes
no,
first.
my advantage is for getting to go first as a smuggler. Is that just very beginning of combat?
Which ability are we talking?
I'm talking about, like... I've got something that lets me... Oh, I see. That only lets me roll initiative better.
Oh, okay. The
So
automatic
I thought it
successes.
let me get a bonus to my weapon if I was first.
The quick strike, I think.
Yeah.
You
that's the
can
one.
definitely try the computer thing again,
Mhm.
but no matter what, even if you shut them off, I am firing at that droid.
I flat out don't think I can kill that droid because I am not expecting to kill
That
things.
droid is badly damaged.
No, that's the healthy one.
That one's
You
oh,
killed
yeah,
the first
you
one.
Save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do the computer thing again,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be shooting at that droid no matter what.
What's
I
the worst
forgot
that happens?
about
It's gonna
that
come in
one.
there and brawn you to death. Battle of the droids. Droid fight in the corridor. Especially since it knows that she's an aggressor, and he doesn't have any real weapons out right now.
But then I target the one without any of the weapons so I can get the aggressive
God
damage.
damn it.
I don't hit, but I got 2 advantage.
Okay, so you
Or no, I don't
hack.
I don't hack the thing, but I've got 2 advantage, so I can
How would you like to
cool.
spend the advantage?
Can I close the door?
You can basically
He's already-
go
is
up
he
there.
in?
No, he's at the door. He hasn't entered the room yet.
Oh.
You can hit the door control down.
It's
Door
green
closes.
button.
Hey, I've got a stim pack. Does that work?
That would work.
Alright, I'm going to move over and do that next turn.
Okay, so you're like, oh yeah, I got a band-aid in my
Maybe
belt.
it's a good thing she didn't, or he didn't use the stim
This
pack
is why I
on.
didn't waste it on the chest.
Exactly, so I still have it on me.
Yeah.
There's one in the ship.
I'm afraid I don't think that's
Okay.
is going to fix it.
Alright.
So what do you-
that thing?
I am
I have point
significantly
blank.
worse off.
Okay.
2 ranks, so if
I
I
got
run
shot
up to
by
the droid,
two.
fine.
You're already at short range.
So it counts.
It counts, yeah. It's
Okay.
point blank. Just read it, double check, but I believe it's at short range.
So I start like going over to you
Does
and
it say short
slapping
range
you,
on?
enjoying your
You-
break.
It says point blank. Add 1 damage per rank of point blank damage of 1
Now just kidding,
hit
get up. You're hurt.
successful ranged, heavy or light. Attack when made
You
at
shot
short
one.
range or
I
engaged.
did.
Okay, and double check because I think
Ah,
there's
he's
2
outside.
ranks. If you look at the
Yes.
thing and the
I
thing.
figured out the door.
Okay, so that's plus 2 damage if you hit it at this range.
You're not
Yes.
actually up yet.
Okay.
Alright.
This is the conversation
We're gonna upgrade your 1 purple dice to 1 red dice.
Of course you are.
Because we're all dark side, we need to use the economy. And it's 1 dice. What are the odds?
You're just really hoping to give us despair.
Okay.
Despair would be cool. And then all the droids turn back on. Or the pirates land because the other 2 schmucks told the captain that they're coming for something.
You hit?
Yep.
Yes.
So this takes away that. So
Okay.
you have 1 threat. I'll give you 1 strain because you're basically sweating it.
Alright.
You know what it is some of your subsystems are counteracting your order. You should not be doing droid on droid violence. You were never made for this. But you do hit with 1 extra point of damage. What's the weapon's damage?
8. So it'd be 9.
8, so 9 points of damage.
Does that piercing?
Does it have pierce? I don't think it does. I think it has disorient.
Disorient, knockdown, and stun damage. No piercing.
Okay, so he is disoriented. As
Does
you
that
notice.
give them dice penalties or something?
Okay. So,
My turn?
yeah.
Yeah. This guy's basically just mows his way up right in front of me.
Are you going to get in short range?
Oh, I'm basically.
You're gonna walk
I
right
waited
up on the
there.
poor
I
guy.
waited right there at the thing, just like as he walked up to me.
Okay, so you already had a blue dice for aiming.
I did.
Are you going to aim as well since you're not moving?
Yeah.
Okay, so another blue die. This poor bastard.
Another blue die, and then I add my. Since I'm using, is this a heavy? The droid buster?
Yes, it's a heavy.
So I roll.
Oh man, this is exactly the right weapon for this guy.
And I got that. And what am
I see your heavy is also your best.
I'm gonna go into one of
my heavy and my light. There.
My light is not very
1 for your
great.
purple.
My heavy is excellent. Triumph.
Yeah. I was just excited with the 2 failures on the red one. But it actually paid off for something. Apparently not good enough.
Just immediately just boom.
And then you just see the ions arc from your barrel and just like jolt all around this thing as it gives you that whole R2-D2 moment when you shot by the Jawas, only it's a giant fucking load labor bot. That, and then you just hear the gears grinding as it locks up and just and falls over. And you feel the thud as this thing falls over.
Nice. I just let the gun drop down and get out one of my lightning grenades.
It's done. It's done.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going down that way.
Okay. And this is when you take out B2. Secret betrayal.
What's new?
Good, I won't mind. We replaced them like
Yeah.
tenfold.
I am pretty done, son.
Okay. So you're then heading down. If you want to take 2 strain, you can catch up with B2.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is me. So yeah, I will
Okay.
take the 2 strain there. And D2, have you moved inwards, or are you just at
Nope,
the
you just D2's just around the corner. They've been
So there's
shooting
a-
it out at short
There's
range.
a
Oh,
BT
if I-
battle droid right in front of a closed door.
Yeah, right in front of the closed door, and it's like, I'm gonna shoot one of you. Okay?
Oh, so I could take the 2 strain and just move somewhere?
Yeah, well, basically 2 strain to move next to
Oh, okay.
B2.
Get an extra move
I
action.
was
Use strength.
Yeah.
There.
You could do that,
You get there.
especially since you were sent the heads up.
Same biz.
Yeah.
What is called.
Stun grenade.
Okay, so it's now the local B2. And you see,
B.
for a hint of a second, the B2's thinking about its weapon, but it's out of ammo. It's out of blaster fuel. It's got smoking barrels.
Yeah, I should have stayed there a while.
And it's gonna like do this like almost rhino charge. And it's gonna come up and punch you. Bring it. As you're getting this droid, it's like as it like does this clamp and like knuckle dusters pop up. Not really, but
Can you guys see that?
as you see through the window, the B2 goes running that way.
I will actually yell at it. Hey, you're supposed to attack us. I cannot trust droids these days.
They're all effective. None of them all works.
And it's gonna swing a haymaker on you. The only thing you can hope for is a crit. If it can at least crit, it can do some damage here. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So that takes out that. Takes out one of those successes. That takes out the other success. So I got 2 successes and 2 advantage. I can crit with a punch on that. So you're going to be taking, it's 6 points of damage as it swings and just cocks you in the head. And you guys got that small
The
little
Soviet
recess there.
6.
As you're hearing some horrible scraping sound.
You don't have a neck to turn.
You're
You're just like
Batman.
bonk.
Bonk. As all of a sudden, when it hits you, your little recessed head kind of wobbles in there, and you hear this ting, 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 ting as it's going back and forth because you are winded. Until the end of this encounter, the target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to do additional abilities or gain extra maneuvers. So you just lose your 2 soak abilities.
Okay.
As all of a sudden your servos didn't like it. You did the whole 2 titans fist fighting thing where you just plant your feet and you're just like, ugh, and the gears are grinding.
There's the sound of heavy breathing, and nobody's quite sure what's making it.
Oh, sorry, my air filter's plugged. Okay, so something is happening in the upstairs area that's probably not going to ever affect us now. And back to you guys. So who would like to go first?
I mean,
I
they're
do.
burn a hole
Stand
through
back.
that.
Yeah, eventually.
Move back to the console, and that's my turn. You stand
So
back.
stim back.
Alright.
Careful 5.
As all of a sudden your eyes start focusing as you open and you're like, oh good, you put the pack over the hole in my chest.
And then we have that conversation.
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Get up.
Yeah, how many left?
You're quickly...
I'm unclear on that, to be honest. Looks at console. Well, 1 or 11, depending on your count.
I'm gonna shoot.
Alright, do I get
Okay.
this turn or do I?
Basically, you can get the turn, but, you know,
I need to take
you're
it
on the
back to
ground, so
stand
you,
up.
yeah. So you can basically get up on your feet, and then if you want to do an action, there's not really any threats that you can do
Can I
right now.
use can I downgrade actions to maneuver?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to, since I was blown against the wall,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use my action to aid him in his next computer's check. I
Okay,
give it.
so you're basically doing double maneuver to get at the counter, and you're like, this is what we need to do. Push the red button as the console's like flashing blue and red, changing
Push
colors.
the button that he keeps pushing to turn
Go
things
ahead
off.
and shoot. Now remember, because you guys are now engaged, there's going to be an extra purple.
Oh, you can tell me. It's the wedding.
Oh, good save.
Thank you.
The droids think probably I finished it.
Stroke, very efficient.
Yes. this
As
is
you're
what I'm
whipping out your big barrel right in its face, and it's like, no, no,
doing. I am
Don't shoot me in the head.
no.
No, Which, depending on how your rolls, might be about as well as a turn.
Oh, both those yellow dice were your friends.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so either that green or that yellow dice will take out the difficult, these two. So
Okay.
So 1 success and
2 advantage. What's the crit rating on your weapon? Does it have
4.
4? Okay, yeah, I know it's a hard one to crit with because it's all force cannon.
Yeah.
What's the damage on your weapon again?
8.
8. So just 1 success or 2 success?
1
success.
Yeah, 1 success.
Okay. As you notice, it goes, and you just see the armor seems to be absorbing a lot of your weapon. Almost like it's got armor like you have armor. Die, fucker!
Precisely 6, sir. It's a lot.
Kind of exactly that, yeah.
Weird.
So,
It's almost like I designed it to be just like the actual BT battle droid.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. It made my life so much easier when I'm like, BT battle droid stats. Let's kind of mirror this, except we give her a lot of different guns.
do I have any advantages?
How many advantages did you have? You had 1 advantage.
1 advantage,
Oh,
yeah.
only 1. I thought it was 2.
Maybe 2.
Yeah. Basically, I want to give him a white die So
Okay, so boost dice to
Yeah.
them. So how? Explain how you're doing something that's aiding them in there. Maybe.
sorry, him.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Oh,
he
you're
is
gonna
standing
boost-
next to you.
Oh, I'm over here.
He's going the opposite
That's so
direction.
basically just like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise! There's a gun in your back.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
So basically, you're being super distracted, shooting him point
Yes.
blank in the face.
Exactly.
It's
What's
amazing
happening.
how that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, someone shoot
Oh,
you in the face. You pay attention to.
So you've been running with this gimpy leg through this complex.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to come around the corner?
I am gonna get that about right there. About at the corner itself.
Okay. Keep the wall for cover.
Yeah, because I'm throwing a. I see a droid
Oh,
fight
why
over
are you
there.
throwing a grenade?
I have a lightning grenade that can shut down droids.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
He's going to throw the grenade at the two droids in melee.
And grades are light.
B2 is going to be upset, but do it.
Don't worry, BT's going to get a memory wipe. He won't even remember
B2 is
this.
gonna get a
Remember,
memory
so I
wipe.
had a white dice.
Yep.
I throw these.
Yep. I'm going to upgrade your one purple dice. So it's range light. And are you aiming? You can aim with a grenade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and you get another one because you had two.
Oh, that's
He
right. I
already
have
has
two
that.
of these.
But you also. Oh wait, no, because you took move action to aim. You
Yeah.
don't move action to throw. So no, you do have the two.
Okay.
But neither of them are from aim. Both of them are from.
Oh, that's a lot of successes.
It kind of counts as that. So that's five,
You're getting grenaded.
6,
That is
3
perfectly fine.
triumphs, and
Advantage.
3 advantage. And then I need lightning grenade. I need 5. Oh wait, was that successes to crit?
That's
No.
successes for
It's
extra
advantage
damage.
for crit.
These guys do
Okay.
advantage.
Okay.
So if you have crit 5,
Yeah.
it's hard to crit with a grenade. The bigger the damage, the harder the crit is.
Okay.
Unless you have something that's...
But that knocks
Built
that out, so I
strictly
have
for-
6 successes.
So what's the damage?
It is damage of 10.
So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage.
16.
Oh, wait, remember, the first success counts for the hit. So it's everything
Oh.
past the first.
Oh, okay.
So 15 points.
So you throw this
15,
grenade.
which does blast, disorient. So blast of 7 and
Okay,
disorient
so
of
would
5.
you like to activate the Blast of 7 and get your friend in it, or do you want to just skip that?
I'm not sure exactly what's all going on. I've been running, so yeah, I'll activate it.
All droids look the same.
You racist! So immediately, this grenade goes flying, and it's almost magnetic. The way it just tinks on the back of the B2 droid that just swung at you as you just blasted its face. This grenade comes flying. All of a sudden, you have threat warnings coming up in your system. He has threat warnings in his system. As a lightning storm erupts indoors.
Keep it outside,
It's
guys.
arcing lightning. The lights are exploding,
That's why I
and
stay behind the corner.
that was 15 points of damage.
Yeah.
Can you take 15 points of soak?
Not soak. I only have 6 soak.
I mean, sorry, of strain.
Of wound?
No, it's strain
Strain.
damage. Yeah, it's strain
No.
damage.
No.
Because this
Does
is stun damage for droids that's basically happening.
So you both just down.
So you
Yeah,
basically
that's right.
like
I've got to remember
fall
that.
into each other, and you both kind of like crash to the ground.
Now.
Yeah, if-
Kiss. He says. The commander.
As you go down hard. I mean,
Can
this was an
I
amazing roll.
Pull a strain to get to the door panel.
No,
Oh.
not since you haven't. Okay.
Well,
So you guys are seeing flashes of lightning in the window. You can't tell exactly what's happening around the corner.
Can't tell, but you know.
There's lightning going on over there.
As you're seeing on your monitor more lips flipping out. As you
I'm
go
trying to
threats
take
in the
control
hall.
of that thing.
Okay, you run up to the
Okay.
panel and you're like, time to do
It
it!
helps not at all. That's one
Push this one.
success
No.
and 1 advantage.
As you're like,
But that was one of these.
all of this time, this was the button.
1, 2, 3, 4,
This
5.
button.
God damn it!
As you hit the button and your monitor just shows all the active lights turning into standby lights. As
I got it, guys.
Good. Ow. Alright, let's get all these droids rounded up and onto our boat.
How's our droid? Where is our droid?
B2, where are you?
Well, that's not a good sound.
B2?
How do I open this door?
You just hit the open
You
button.
just said what you
He
push
never
left.
he never actually locked it. That was the problem. He ate auto fire because he couldn't get the deadbolt locked.
Try to click.
He was denied the access code.
You're gonna get a robot repair kit, an emergency repair.
You go up and slap a repair kit and it starts auto
Before
bypass.
you do, how does one perform a memory wipe in Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
A computer roll.
You. And then we will be aiding you.
Oh, okay. You want me to write from memory?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Nice.
We need to.
Can
Because
two people
the,
aim for 2 white dice, or is it just one?
Just one.
Okay.
okay, the robot that has been according to Gouda, is owned by Gouda, was talking about betraying Gouda.
Nice. Yeah, I'll get her started up if you guys want to go clear the way. We can start moving
Don't.
stuff on.
Betray the hut.
That's fair.
Oh, they're making you loyal to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, we're just doing what we're doing is a standard memory wipe.
Oh, okay.
And then Gouda can put whatever Gouda wants on there.
Obviously, she was kind of juiced
we
by the
had
grenade.
certainly discussed the idea of skimming some stuff off the top here. He can still have, most of it.
He'll be very happy with having gotten a CNC droid.
That's true. You do
Oh,
have to shut
military
down
guys.
CNC droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys.
If there, for whatever reason, weren't any
Wait,
sleuths
I'm
on
going to
the
upgrade the
base,
difficulty. What is your
Wait.
discipline?
Oh, I want to know what formation are you guys standing in around her
Rank.
while you asked me to come up and help.
Discipline.
One what?
Rank.
One rank. So it's
Yes.
going to be.
What formation are you guys standing around her? Around the fallen droid.
Ooh, what do we have going on here?
Remember, it's
Is
in the
it
hallway.
even possible for a droid to wake up from being shut down when you're trying to perform a memory wipe? Is that a
Anything
thing
can
that
happen.
can happen?
Anything can
So
happen.
you guys are
Anything can
standing
happen?
around.
Okay, yeah, I'll be
So
standing
you're-
around and I'll. Can I borrow that?
I'm
Can I
overseeing.
disrupt her for a sec?
Okay,
Oh,
so you
I'm
guys
walking
all...
up because I have a little bit of a bum lamb. I'm like,
Where
I
was
will-
that
I will
stick back
help
when I
you
wanted
over,
it,
And I will
motherfuckers?
help you out with that droid disruptor just on the off chance she wakes up. Since
Oh
you're
yeah, no,
gonna
I'm
be-
like, wait, oh yeah, here, I toss it over to you. What's
Aim.
your guys' armor?
Hmm?
What's your guys' armor?
Soak?
Yeah, you soak.
I mean, first of all, you have to roll.
Yeah, I'm going to roll. And taking an aim.
Okay.
What are you doing?
We're having more betrayal.
More betrayal.
Yeah.
In case you didn't catch that, there might be another grenade going down the hallway. Or is this when you whip out the rocket launcher?
Oh no, I left that over there.
Okay, but you tossed me the disruptor?
Yeah, I'm like, as I'm looking over and you're next to the droid, I'm like, yeah, here, take it.
So what are you checking to him?
An inferno grenade.
Oh!
As all of a sudden you look where he's tossing you the tool, and you realize it's a blinking grenade. Oh god.
What do we get to do
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You have to roll purple.
He did, didn't he?
No.
No.
Oh,
Because
oh.
you're also not at close range.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
you
I'm
don't
right.
hit.
I'm right in.
You don't hit.
It does have blast though, so I don't have to hit you. It just has to land.
You do have to hit.
I do have to hit
Yeah,
the blast to
blast is
land.
the extra effect for the extra advantage.
You have a lot of advantage, but you don't hit.
Nice.
Okay, so
As
I
you
believe that
chuck-
takes us into initiative?
Yes,
I
everybody
should
roll
like-
I believe
vigilance.
you went first.
Well, no, actually, that was like a surprise round. How many
Okay,
advantages
so
did
there
you
are
have?
surprise rounds.
Advantage.
There are ready actions.
Yeah, well, basically, since he's doing this out of initiative, this is like now we all roll vigilance.
I have
I'm gonna
4
do the thing that
advantage.
makes me
Okay,
better
so I'm
vigilant.
assuming you'd like to use 3 to take an extra maneuver on this turn to get the hell out of here because your grenade only went like halfway down the hall and
I
then
don't think you
exploded.
get a more. I don't think you get to do that. You don't get to take 2 actions and then be part of initiative, do you?
Well, basically, he waited to say, "Hey, here's the thing," and at the start of a new round, while you guys were getting ready to wipe the droid, he then chucked you the tool, which you realized was a grenade. As it's flying through the air, the grenade exploded early, missing you guys. Like the wall of fire came up to your nose and stopped.
And then I'm
And you're basically using a double maneuver to run.
yeah, right here.
Okay. Everyone roll vigilance.
Even me?
Yes, he was going to slap the robot patch. Are you putting it on her?
Huh?
Are you gonna robot patch me?
No, I've been overseeing the entire thing. For the record, I have a thing that lets me get that by taking strain. I've taken strain.
You're acting.
I go first.
You don't.
Don't? With 5?
Oh, with 5. About to say, with
I have an
yeah,
advantage.
I thought you had
So
3.
so what did you
No, I had
get for
3,
vigilance?
plus I get to add these two.
Vigilance?
Yep.
I had an
Go ahead and
success
roll. One.
I go 4.
and an advantage.
So you got what?
And a target.
Advantage and I got 2 advantage and a success.
Okay. So 1 and 2. These things go inevitably wrong. What'd you get total?
5 and advantage.
Oh Jesus.
No advantages before.
Okay, and you did slap the patch on her.
I did.
Okay.
Or no, you did.
I don't
No,
I don't
no.
have it.
I was overseeing.
No, you were supposed to.
You were
forgot
getting
to
you were
actually
getting
put
ready to
the
slap
patch
the
on.
patch on her. Do you go ahead and continue with that action?
If it doesn't take my first turn, yes.
Okay,
If
it
it
does
does
take
take
your
my-
first turn. Basically, be the reaction after that grenade went off. You're like, oh shit, I need the droid that he grenaded too, because apparently he's trying to kill all of
Then
us.
yes.
As basically your subroutines are bypassing, you're getting this little bypass message as you're back up with 5 points.
Which, by the way, Sabine will tell you, killed done, he's betrayed us.
Okay.
Done, son. If I get to that ship first.
I'm done, son.
He can pilot, so if he killed the
I do
pilot,
have
he
a
wasn't
4.
afraid of that.
It's okay. I can pilot too.
Okay, so which one of you three is going first?
I am.
You have to let me do the thing.
Okay.
Trust me.
You may go.
So, since we're all out in this general area, so I guess I'm here.
Yeah, you're all in that corridor.
How many moves am I going to need to
It's
get
just
into
one
boats?
to get to right here.
Okay, so 1, and does that put me at short or medium?
That puts you at short range.
Perfect. I would like to take 2 strain and take an action to aim.
Okay.
I'm going to need 3 boost, please.
Oh damn, she's getting dirty. Maybe you should have given a
I'm
stun
going
attack
to,
with
in
the
advance, do this. So I'm going to need, actually, another yellow, please. Sabine takes very poorly to being betrayed.
That's fair.
I actually think I have it in here that
I'm gonna actually upgrade one of your purples to a red just because. I can just flip. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
No, I'm burning everything to kill him.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
this
Jesus.
cancel out.
Half of this.
Yeah, half of that. I guess.
Uh,
Okay, cool,
downgrade
that'll
that.
work.
Yep.
And then
Oh shit.
got a lot of advantage. Only like 3 hits.
Let's hope the armor can soak it.
Okay, 4 hits. It.
Check your talent tree. There
By
might
the
be
way,
something on the
I do
talent
3
tree.
more damage.
Where does the talent tree?
So what
Black and
all
white one.
can I do with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advantage? I can
Well,
crit.
you can crit with your weapon. That's a gimme. That's gonna eat up how much?
What's
4.
He has been critted on once, so whatever you roll is plus 10.
And then that's plus 10 again because I've got the thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I'm
got
going
the
to
thing.
start with my critting.
Perfect. Okay, so go ahead and roll for the crit. And how much damage
Okay,
do you
so
46.
Force the target to drop a
56.
melee weapon or ranged weapon it's
No,
wielding. You
it's
could also do that.
you rolled a 36.
yeah, 36, which
But
totals out to
He already has
50.
1 crit, so it's plus 10, and he has an ability that gives him 10 plus 10.
Got it. Awesome.
So
Good
he's
to
hitting
rough
you
up
with
there.
an agonizing wound. Whereabouts are you aiming for, by the way? Obviously,
I'm
with that
aiming
shot,
as-
it wasn't the
With
chest.
what I'm doing, I'm trying to kill him. I am as
Center of
lethal as
mass?
possible.
Okay, so you're going to increase the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 to the end of the encounter.
Oh, nice.
So you have this horrible, grievous wound that's like, it must be like a rib shot.
Oh,
Maybe
nice.
you like vaporized between your ribs.
How much damage is it?
So it's the
So
base
first of all,
damage,
you only get 2 of your soak.
Okay.
because he's got Pierce.
So I've got 9.
So 9 points with 1
Not-
success.
9 with 1. and
Oh,
then-
plus you flipped it for the
Plus I
3.
flipped that, so 3 more, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15,
Oh
16.
shit, extra successes. I missed those.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, I fall down.
Just-
I do fall down with the last words of "Nobody betrays the Huns."
Oh.
And you had me drop my thing I was holding with that damage, right?
No. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as
I
well.
mean, do I see that you're holding the thing? I got a scope.
I mean, I was running towards the ship
I mean,
because the move is.
you dropped the thing anyway, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm bringing you down. You know what? You've got the next time you ever take an action, 1 black.
That's true, but the wounding thing said I drop whatever I was taking.
No, that was if he uses advantages to drop the item. That's
No,
the
you
thing.
just fall unconscious.
That's the
okay.
thing that
And
you
then
can
the
cash
thing
in. So
drops.
basically, you hit the ground. What were you carrying?
Oh, I was carrying an armor-piercing grenade.
I'm assuming because you didn't have time to click it or anything.
Oh, no, I was carrying it like, oh, fuck.
Oh, he was dead. You're dead man switching it?
Yeah.
Oh.
For occasions, much
So,
like...
clink, 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 clink.
We're in a musician's base.
It goes rolling forward, and it's just
I'd like to use my action to be behind that glass door.
the grenade is rolling free, and it's just blowing up some crates, and you see some of the crates explode. And basically, a lot of the things daisy chained in explosions.
You know the line
I'm
of
watching
crates
from the
that was
comms like,
going...
this is really
all the
cool.
way
I'll be
into
right
the
next
ship.
to you.
Yeah. And the rocket launcher that was down over here.
It's a good thing we
So this
got video
entire
recording for...
room
See, if you would
blows
have rolled like the Sparrow, I would have said, yeah, it blows up the ship, you're stranded here. Good thing there's another ship hidden somewhere in this top
We can
floor.
just show you the part where he betrays us.
So then we get the screen swipe. So screen swipes from the him falling down, the grenade goes off, and the explosions as you guys come coming out. B2's kind of scared, kind of jolted.
Alright, so Sabian walks up to the...
Wait, does
Is
it
he
pull all my
corpse or is
grenades?
he still
No,
alive?
no.
Okay.
It rolled out of your hand.
Okay.
He's
Has
the-
happenstance killed him yet?
No, he's
Excellent. Sabian walks over with a vibroax and hits him in the head.
Oh, Jesus. What did you do?
I
Did you
tried
not
to
buy
kill
him
me.
dinner?
He did try to kill you.
No. He was merely cleaning the halls with the fireball.
Yeah. My last words were, nobody betrays the huts.
Which we are. We're just taking our...
I'm in
our
charge
due.
here. Doesn't that make me the Huts in this context?
I don't know.
Nobody tries to stamp out on the huts.
Okay, so the screen swipes. You've loaded up the vehicle with what you've got. You've marked the map on where the facility is. Okay, you guys have head back. You're flying through once you're free. I'm assuming you take off rather than hang out with your pirate friends. With your hull full of explosives and rich things.
I think that lightning did something to me.
The lightning grenade you made.
Hell, I made
Almost
grenades.
certainly. We'll have Buddha's technicians take a look at you when we get back.
Okay.
and there you
I
are.
went through really quickly, and basically everything before the base turned on, I wiped off the video feed. And I'll
Okay.
just be like, oh yeah, nothing until we turned it on existed. Like, for instance, that one time I may have stolen that car.
And the numerous other things.
Okay, so for the wrap up, since it's after 9, I'm afraid I'm not good.
Oh, yeah.
But we're lucky. So what does each of you do? As you're in front of Gouda the Hutt, you're having your moment where he's happy with you because you brought him the things and more because there is still that base out there.
And all of those bots.
And all of those
Yeah, because
bots.
you said there were like 40 of them in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. 40
And
of them.
he's got a bot fighting circuit. I mean, literally, he does the whole robot wars.
So, Sabian will first quietly at some point, like probably in an email, have let him know that the B2 he sent with us probably could use a memory wipe. Just so he knows.
It was electrocuted. Now it's acting a little sketchy.
Yeah.
And second of all, yeah, I don't suppose with as overly successful as we were, ever generous Buddha, that we're even now and I can work as an employee rather than a debtor.
You're very funny. Go ahead and give me a negotiation roll.
Oh, I took all the dice. What do you need?
It's going to be against 2 red and 2 purple, and whatever his negotiation is.
What's your negotiation?
Never try to negotiate with a HUD.
What's your negotiation? Like, what do you need?
I need 2 green and like any circumstantial bonuses for having handed in 40 battles.
I will gladly give you a blue dice because you did succeed in the mission, which means he doesn't feed you to his pet not a Rancor.
I will even help out on this one.
Okay.
Hold on, that probably just means I
That
use...
probably upgrades you a whole bunch if you're jumping in and saying, but great.
Oh, wait, your
go
negotiation
to-
isn't type of...
Yeah, my negotiation is trash if my
That's
doesn't
also
much
me.
good.
I
So what happens with you? They cut your
Wait
head
a
off.
minute, too red, not
My
too...
eyes wake up in an imperial face.
Yeah.
I mean, losing a body part has never once inhibited a Star Wars character.
Never.
So you just come back with like a droid head?
No, there is no corpse. Like, after
Welcome to the
I
story.
You
I
come
cut
back
the
with a
Star
full
Wars.
droid body then.
So when you go return from the mission,
Uh-huh.
there's a blinking light.
Ah!
Chiss
I
high.
do it! I negotiate
Chiss
with the
high
HUD.
command. As the spy agent that was sent into the galaxy, because of course they're really out of range.
Shockingly, with disadvantages.
Your
I
brother,
negotiate
the
with HUD.
secret agent, never reported back. And the transponder of what your corpse is that had the secret Chiss recording device on it is giving a ping in the ship because you left it in the ship.
Yeah.
Success with 3 threats, which seems about right for succeeding on a negotiation with the HUD.
You succeeded in negotiating. But the problem is during your guys' negotiation, as you're saying, hey, Gouda baby, give us the job, we'll do any job as long as it's a paying job and we're out of debt. He wipes your obligation. But you basically are signing up for a job that you are unaware of. And it's a super shitty job. Because this job is for you to go and steal a train load of hyperfuel. From an Imperial installation. Remember how you guys were avoiding the Imperials after your entanglement?
Mm-hmm.
You volunteered for any job. Gouda baby, cut my debts and I will do any job you ask. And he's like, ho 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 ho.
Deal.
Okay, deal. And in front of his entire court, he's basically saying, get me a cargo hold full of stable hyperfuel. And you're realizing, just as soon as he's saying this, you're realizing this is the type of gig that would set up any thieves for the rest of their children's lifetime. And you're basically doing it for scale.
That's gotta burn.
Working for the huts hurts until you're working as an actual
Jet works
employee.
overtime to get that car, manages to get it, and 2 weeks later dies in an accident. Shit happens, man. He should have checked it better. It had some damage.
That's true. And see, normally what would happen here, because you completed the mission, it would be 25 experience, and you get to burn your experience. So skill ups are 5 times the new number if it's a career skill. If it's not a career skill, it's 5 times the new number plus 5. Or if you want to buy a different skill tree, say you want to branch out, because there's no max leveling in Star Wars, which is great, you could basically buy a new career tree for 30 points, which then makes all those career skills your new career skills.
Nice.
So it basically lets your character multi-class. So like say your assassin wants to go martial artist. There's some really cool martial arts abilities out there for the Force.
Or,
Oh, I know.
what sort of...
Do you have
or
to
smuggler.
do you have to max out
Smuggler
your
does
the one
come
tree
nice
first?
away.
You don't. That's the nice thing is you can just bind. And there's generic trees which for those who want to play Force users that want to start, to have the Force, you have to have a Force rank. There's the Force Emergent, which is Luke Skywalker realizing I'm strong in the Force and I start coming out with powers. Which the abilities in the tree are Force-ish, but then once you have it, you can buy the Force power, the actual real Force powers.
Wait, what did Luke Skywalker do with his powers?
He was a Force Emergent.
He was coming out with them?
Oh, yeah, that was from the special.
Yeah, that definitely
That
is
was
special.
that in Germany he did the Star Wars special where he's on the X-Wing being all sexy in his mylar colored clothing.
Yeah, that definitely is special. And for
That was fun.
B2,
I like that a lot.
B2 has
This is-
like the least interesting
And he comes
follow
back
up
later.
because
Because then,
He's not done yet.
he's not done, son.
B2 basically
Done,
just,
son, redone.
Every time he dies.
Son of gun.
He'll die every time and just come back as something else.
Dun, dun,
Not
dun,
until the
dun,
end of the end of the game. But every time.
But that is pretty much near to dice, and my God, you guys rolled amazing.
Yeah.
Normally
dice
you
were
see like
Right
one or
until
two
the end.
triumphs. Yeah.
Right until the end. I
There was
doing
like
great.
that middle section where it started to
Should've
be
aimed
less
for
fun
that
because we
first.
were doing too well.
it
it was just like a
it
milk
was so
run.
not Star Wars. It was going too smoothly.
Yeah, it was just like, God, roll something.
Triumph.
Immediately talks pirates out of it.
Hey, that works so well because you are a scum smuggler. You actually try talking to them And then the triumph comes out. So I was thinking, it's like, you got to know one of them. You know,
I was just hoping for some fun banter while they shot us, but
instead,
That was beautiful.
instead it's like, hey, next time you're in Coruscant, look me up. You know,
Yeah.
we'll have some Corellian whiskey. We'll talk about good times.
Nobody betrays the
it's been
host.
forever, man. Anyway,
I,
I'll have to go kill my friend.
I figured out what happens with B2. They take her back, try to repair her, and she's working for a while. But like the next big hit she comes on, next thing you know, she's sketchy again. And then it just keeps happening. Every time she gets hit, she gets sketchy. And they have to repair her, and eventually they're just going to decommission her because they're like, "You're not worth it."
What they can probably do is they can just take out the brain and put it in.
Every time.
That's what happens.
Dumb son.
Your body is still useful even if you're a monster.
I'm not a monster. I'm just sketchy.
I don't know. I think that's what I would call a droid that's disobedient.
At one point, I get hit and I shout, "Viva la resistance!"
Viva la droid resistance.
And then at that point, they're like, "Okay."
There actually was a cute mini adventure that they made based on some characters in EU that had a droid resistance. It was an astromech and a protocol droid that worked together.
Aww.
Just like they had in they made legit thanks to the Legacy game, the miniature game. The General Tarkin was creating assassin droids. Basically, it's an R2 with rocket launchers.
Oh.
And then there's a C-3PO that's basically gunmetal, and he's got a plasma cannon in his chest. Because, you know, sometimes you need a plasma cannon in your chest.
You know,
Yeah.
I prefer not have a plasma cannon in my chest. That sounds painful.
Not as much as a chest with a hole in the chest.
It's true. How did that
Yeah,
work?
having a plasma cannon in the chest is better than having a hole in your chest from a plasma cannon. That was very good.
Yeah. That was very fun. I enjoyed playing with you guys.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing with you too.
Yay.
Almost as much as I enjoyed killing Ian's traitor's ass.
That was hilarious. I was.
So much betrayal.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Ravensdale Publishing presents Villains and Henchmen.
Hello, Ravensdale Publishing fans, new and old.
Ben and Sarah here, and we're excited to welcome you to the Villains and Henchmen Kickstarter campaign.
Have you ever wanted to be a villain? Do you dream of harnessing the power of a storm? Or flexing superpowered muscles? Or bending reality to your whim? These powers and more are within your grasp in Villains and Henchmen.
In this cooperative game for 1 to 4 players, you must break a fellow villain out of maximum security prison. Along the way, you'll defeat meddling heroes, overcome troublesome obstacles, and plow through unsuspecting guards.
Of course, the good guys aren't just going to sit around while you waltz in and grab your villainous buddy. Over a dozen different event cards spur heroic responses and maintain the pulse-pounding action. No matter which prison you're attacking, or which heroes are in your way, scheming to have the right powers for the job is a must.
You may have to shapeshift into a stronger form, phase through a steel door, or protect the team with a well-timed force field. There is no single path to success. Adaptability and teamwork are critical to victory.
But remember, you are playing bad guys. If the prison is defeated, one of you will claim bragging rights as a true villain, relegating the others to mere henchmen.
For only $40, you can swipe a copy of this game, plus all 3 stretch goals, unlocked during the campaign. We also have some cool expansions and paid add-ons, as well as art and other collectibles that you can only get through this Kickstarter campaign.
We can't wait to get Villains and Henchmen into your hands and hear all about your dastardly schemes.
Whether you've been following us for years or only just found us, thank you so much for your support.
And so damn good on the dice.
Yeah, we were.
Triumph. We'll be talking as a group on Sunday. They're going to be stupidly jealous. They're like, we see one Triumph a game.
The triumphs weren't even on things that you would expect triumphs from. Like,
Yeah, they were just ridiculous left field triumphs.
yeah, it was where usually people would have maybe the one yellow die. But like the ones where I was rolling my 3 yellow dice pool,
Yeah,
no
no.
triumphs. But no, I got the 1 triumph at the beginning, and that was awesome. But then,
Yeah.
instead of that, statistics being what it is, it's like, hey, what if we did this?
Because narrative dice make shit randomly happen. Which is why I always joke with everybody when they talk about, GMing. Just plan encounters and let narrative dice happen.
Right beginnings, not endings.
Yeah. Don't try to have, linear adventure this, because shit can happen. I threw in the pirates so that way you had a quick space thing so you could see what space combat was like. That
I'm
worked
sorry,
out
I
well.
wanted to see space combat. I just was like, Jack would definitely calm them and,
Yo.
try to talk them down.
It's like, hey, having your spaceship blow up sucks. Let's talk
Yeah,
not blowing up
don't
spaceships.
shoot at me, because even if you wanted to steal my ship, there'd be holes in it then.
And then, nobody gets nothing.
Look at it this way. Either you can shoot at us and we'll shoot you down, or we can both go on our merry way and no one has to get shot.
Yeah, everybody
You can
wins.
answer with the bad guys. What fun is it?
Yeah. If you can't mock them, why should you? But pretty much space combat is just like people combat, which is nice, which makes things so much simpler.
That definitely.
Except you don't want to be, except in one game I had, you don't want to be the guy on the ground shooting a regular pistol at spaceship because pretty much it's bouncing off the armor.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
Until you
figuring.
roll a triumph. I've actually had that happen. Had an Imperial agent shooting at a stolen TIE fighter and you rolled triumph. Okay, you managed to flash the muzzle flare in the windshield just in time to make the guy crash and explode.
I shoot it right in the engine.
Yeah, hit it right in the exhaust port. Tiny, small exhaust port. What are the odds of hitting that?
I mean, basically none if you're using Starship grade weapons.
We ever play this again? That's not redone.
I mean, Jack is dead.
It's true.
How about somebody else?
And Jack was dead and desecrated. However, secretly there's a command and control droid who watched the whole fight happen, and he's building a droid with a holographic suite to look like Dun Sun. And programmed to think it's Dun Sun.
Just finds Jet's grave. So I came back to kill. You betrayed the Hutts.
You mean he got away with it?
Curse your sudden inevitable betrayal.
It was right at the end there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll never betray a party during a run. At the very end.
Now that the cash-in's here, the ship's loaded, you can fly the ship.
Yeah, no, it's all like, I will get the job done for the Huns without betraying.
All that matters is you come back with the Hutt's loot.
Yeah.
So instead of splitting it 5 ways, we're splitting it 4 ways. No, I mean, sorry, 1 way.
There's more ways than
Everybody
that.
else?
3 ways, I guess, technically. 2 ways, technically. You're just a droid. Droids don't get paid. Not when they're not Boga. Goudas.
They get paid for extra upgrades. Get that extra bonus to the armor. So we're going to give you a new armor upgrade. I need 1 more package.
Desire hug.
Oh, you may have. Oh, did you have fun?
Yes. They're hilarious to play.
They are adorable to play with. Usually their fights end up at one of them killing another one often, which is why when he did the grenade, I'm like, uh-oh, we're going there, aren't we? And then he's like, I'll throw it to you. And then I'm like, oh my god, because I know his character sheet. I made him with all the grenades just in case the bounty hunter needed a grenade.
I love how, the guy who was totally loyal to the Hutts ended up dying, and they're and now the guys who were totally skimming the Hutts are now employed by him.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems about right for the Star Wars, honestly.
And now Gouda the Hutt will wonder, where is my most loyalist of employees? Where's